Spiritual marriage as the extension of ritual control. Occult families. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Occult Families How to Spot Them series. Trigger warning. This video series covers disturbing and very serious topics. Full legal disclaimer in the video description below. Spiritual marriage does not begin at the altar. It begins in the initiation of spiritual abuse. For many survivors of ritual families, the grooming for union, sexual, spiritual, or energetic, begins in early childhood. What presents later in life as a spiritual contract or soul-bonded partner is often the culmination of years of programming, role installation, and ritual conditioning. This chapter bridges the gap between systemic childhood abuse and the concept of spiritual marriage, showing how early trauma lays the groundwork for future pairings that serve the bloodline's occult design, not the survivor's free will. In ritual systems, every major energetic function is predetermined. Who will carry the womb codes? Who will serve as the vessel? Who will be the mirror? Who will be the offering? These roles are not chosen consciously. They are assigned through abuse. When a child is repeatedly exposed to trauma under the guise of initiation, they are being prepared, primed, to hold a specific energetic frequency that aligns with the bloodline's spiritual needs. Sexual abuse, particularly incest, becomes the first binding mechanism. It hijacks identity, fractures the soul, and destabilizes intuitive boundaries. In this collapsed state, the victim becomes a programmable vessel, open not only to attachments and entities, but to engineered pairings. These are the spiritual marriages the system intends, not unions of love or resonance, but assigned partnerships meant to complete a ritual circuit or anchor a contract. Some survivors are paired with other programmed individuals as part of twin flame illusions, karmic relationships, or divine masculine-feminine balancing scripts. Others are married off, literally or spiritually, to handlers, bloodline matches, or entities posing as guides. These pairings feel magnetic, intense, sometimes supernatural, but their function is not connection, it is containment. By the time an individual reaches adulthood, they may find themselves in cycles of spiritual merging, unexplainable soul bonds, or repeated relationship sabotage, none of which can be traced to ordinary dynamics. That's because these patterns are not personal. They're ritual. They are the aftershocks of early programming designed to lock them into union with a specific person, entity, or archetype for the bloodline's gain. Understanding spiritual marriage as an extension of ritual abuse allows the survivor to deconstruct the contracts behind the connection. It reveals how what feels like destiny may be design, how what feels like soul recognition may be ritual reactivation, and how what seems like divine union may in fact be the final lock on a system built to drain them. The next chapter will expose the mechanics of spiritual marriage in full, how the bloodline uses sexual trauma, spiritual codes, and energetic manipulation to bind chosen individuals into ritual pairings. These are not relationships, they are assignments. And reclaiming sovereignty means revoking not just the pain, but the pairings that were never truly yours to begin with. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and what you just watched is part of my signature program, the Chosen One series inside School of Soul. This series is not just a course, it's a blueprint for those who know they were different from the start: the black sheep, the scapegoat, the truth teller, the cycle breaker. Inside, you'll discover the family roles playbook, the golden child, the scapegoat, the enabler, the lost child, and how to finally step out of the part you were cast in without consent. How the black sheep becomes the goat, turning rejection into radical transformation and leadership. How to break generational curses and rewrite ancestral contracts so the pain stops with you. And how to recognize and escape modern forms of spiritual and technological targeting, from gang stalking to synthetic synchronicity. This isn't just about survival. It's about awakening, about reclaiming your voice, your lineage, and your destiny as one of the chosen ones. Click the link below to access the full series now, because the role ends the moment you decide it does, and the real script begins with you.